Well, it's time for me to figure out how to cut my own hair. I'm tired of paying 20 bucks every time I need to cut my hair. You know, how hard could it be? Just, I've seen them, they just hold their fingers up here like this and cut it off. I could do that. What's so hard about that? You know how much money I've spent in the last 30 years on haircuts? Thought I'd go and buy myself some professional scissors. So for, what were these? $13 or so. Now I've got to figure out how to cut my hair because I'm not taking these back. I'm just going to try some little test bits here first and see what happens without cutting my fingers off. Guess they don't cut that much off at a time, but I've seen them cut about that much. And I'm just gonna start going here. If I hold my hand up here at the same length every time and then try to cut that off, I think that's going to be the ticket. The key, I guess, is not to cut too much off at any one time. And figuring out how to do it yourself, it's just going to take a while to figure out how to hold your hand up here and all that. I guess it may have to go that way. I'm not too worried about it. It'll grow back. Well, I'm getting somewhere. Just taking a while to figure out how to do it, and I think I kind of got the hang of it over here on this side. I'm just holding my hand up, put my fingers through there and pulling out just a little, and I'm trying to trim that off. Now, if I just can keep doing that about the same amount, put my fingers through my hair and pull up and trim off the same amount, or lift my hands up the same amount and then trim off the excess. I'm just going to keep doing that. Over here is a little bit trickier because I got to hold my hand a different direction. Be careful not to cut your fingers. Well, that doesn't look half bad. That's a good start. Got my hair wet now. Now I can kind of tell where else I need to cut it. I'm trying to cut over here and I'm having a hard time holding it out and cutting, so I'm going to try to put my hand this way and pull it out like that, and I think I'll be able to do a better job. I just got to be careful not to cut my fingers. I'm looking in the mirror here. It looks like maybe right there. And maybe this section right here. What do you think? Right there. And I don't know, maybe a little bit here. Not a whole lot. Okay? So I guess I'm going to trim off a little bit more. See what happens. Looks like it might be just a little thick right in here. So if I just cut this area and kind of taper it up this way, I think that's what I need to do. Now this bit right in here, I've seen them pull it out this direction like that and see if there's anything else that needs to be done just on the front to kind of taper that back, because you don't want too much right in there. I think I've got it. I'm going to put some gel on it and see what it looks like. Be right back. I've got some gel, and I just put that on my hair all over. And I don't use a comb or anything like that. I just kind of get it worked in and just put my fingers through it. That was a trick I learned years ago, because I used to always comb it and it never turned out right. But if you just kind of play with it a little bit, and move it around and just comb it with your fingers, and sometimes pull it down like that, your fingers. There. What do you think? Did I do good for my first time at cutting my hair? Hey, next time is going to be that much easier too, and quicker, and I'll get better each time I go. So, you know what? Save your money and try cutting your hair yourself, or teach somebody else how to do it in your family, and save that money. Use it for something else. When I ever figure out a way to save money, I always like to go to the calculator and figure out how much I could save per year from now on. I encourage you to do that yourself, because if you've got 2 or 3 kids at home to where you can start cutting their own hair, you figure out how much money you can save. Let's go to the calculator, shall we? I figure, conservatively, I may get 10 haircuts a year, okay? So 10 haircuts times $20 per haircut, and that's being lenient. When's the last time you got your haircut for $20? Okay, that's $200 per year. And let's say for the last 30 years, that's $6,000 I've spent on haircuts in the last 30 years. No more.